this reaction is like. If we stall a lot, if we see a lot of resistance from this level, which we are seeing right now, we're starting to see a lot of resistance at this level, this 5-minute, this 15-minute breaker. We swept some buy side liquidity, internal buy side up here. Oops. So we'll see what happens. It still looks like longs are going to try to pump. Okay, I still think longs will pump. Obviously, we're seeing it right now. That's why I got out of this position. This wick right here is what told me, guys. This is the wick I'm talking about. Notice how we swept. We swept this level. All right, I took profit a few times, but we swept this level, and then we started to pump at the 5-minute order block. I'm like, okay, I need to move my stop into profit. We're probably going to start pumping and try to fill more of that 15-minute breaker, 15-minute imbalance above. So that's what we're seeing right now. That's what we're seeing right now. Okay, so how are you guys doing on the day? Today was very volatile. I know, hopefully you guys are doing pretty well, but this can be a pretty tough kind of day to trade because our risk is very difficult to get down. Nice, okay. See, only down $35. That's not bad. Down 50, not bad. Bio up 3K, let's go. Nice, good stuff. Up 1.2K, Kojo, good stuff. Yeah, so I'll do it for like my morning range. So what I'll do is I'll go on like the 15-minute time frame, and then I'll get my morning high to low, right? So we had market open high up here, and then I'll go up to the high. So this is our morning range, and then we'll find this is our 0.5. So I did this earlier. I just took it off. So notice how our 0.5 is here. So our premium is back up around VWAP. That's why another reason why I said we could definitely still see us pump up to a premium, maybe up to VWAP. We'll see. I still expect a reaction off this breaker though. But we could fill more of the breaker before we drop. So we're gonna see what happens. Took 2L down 500, one win. Yeah, I mean, guys, this is such a hard kind of day to trade. And this is why I always emphasize sizing down on days like this. Because a normal stop loss, a lot of times we'll just get completely ran through because of how volatile we are, how many ticks we're moving at a time. So you have to really time your trades perfectly, right? This is the kind of day where you have to time your trades perfectly. Is there any educational videos on how to identify IG? I don't know what IG means. I might be dumb. Oh, imbalance gaps. Yeah, my course, I talk about fair value gaps. So my course is under ICT course tab, and the second video is all about fair value gaps. So if you want to check that out, it's my second video I came out with, and I'm working on my third right now, which is going to be more about market structure. It's going to be about reading market structure, coming up with a daily bias, that kind of stuff. You can't get the negative on the fib. Well, if we look on the fib here, you can type it in. So you can type it. Look how I can highlight that, and I can type in -1. So that's how you do the negatives. That's how you get your standard deviations. Is that what you're talking about? You might have to have I don't know if you have to have like a certain subscription to do that. I don't think so. I feel like you should be able to do that either way. Okay, guys, these shorts are looking pretty nice. I like that we came up, swept liquidity on the 15-minute back into that breaker, Filled almost 15% or 50%. Looks like shorts want to come back in. The only issue here is we still have room to run up to a premium, and we have order blocks down here with a fair value gap, so I don't want to get into a short position just yet. I think I'll probably wait for a little bit more of a market structure shift, so I'm going to wait for that. I think we might maybe come back down to this 5 minute and pump back up to a premium. So I'm going to wait. I do like this 15 minute though. 15 minute is looking pretty nice in terms of shorts. I like that wick up and that we came back down. Filled the whole 15 minute, but again, I want to be a little bit more cautious here. 5 minute looks like it's still trying to push up a little bit. So I'm not going to get anything. But also I don't have a long opportunity just yet. I'd probably wait for us to retrace back into this 5 minute if I was going to take it long. Let's see if we touched on the 1 minute. The 1 minute did touch off the top over here, but still, right? It's like turning. It touched off this order block, so it's like turning an old bearish order block into a bullish, right? That idea of resistance turning into support, which is what is happening right now, where we see this bearish order block got disrespected, price trades back into it, turning it into support, and we see price trying to push up from that level. So again, I'm still expecting longs to go for a little bit longer. So at least up to VWAP, at least up to our premium. That's what I'm expecting right now. In terms of trading the longs, right now it's a little hard to get an entry from here, just because look at if we got an entry like where we're at now. I mean, that's actually not too bad. You could have decent risk management, but still, I don't want to get in the longs just yet. I don't like getting in trades at the top, right? But that's why I said I'd rather wait for that 5 minute to retrace down into this imbalance down here before I were to try to long. Maybe touch off this order block down here. Uh, 15 minute, you know, still looks like it's trying to reverse, but at the same time, guys, look at this 5 minute forming this order block here. I think we could really pump, but it just depends on entries. Depends on our entries. I do like this price action here though. I am thinking about getting a long entry here and catching it up to VWAP. It would be more of just a scalp. I just don't like catching a long entry when we're in our 15 minute breaker, especially when we're all the way up here. If I was going to get in this, I'd probably go in pretty light and just scalp it. Let's see here. We'll wait for a little bit of retracement. If we see some retracement here and then we start to get a reaction, I will try to take this long. But again, like I said, we might come back down to this 5 minute before that happens. I love when we form little order blocks, we retrace into them, and then we pump from those levels. So that's exactly what we're doing right now. Alright, I just got a long entry there, and I'm just in really light, guys. I'm in a very light position. My long entry is 18.26650. Remember, like I said, that's a pretty high entry for me. But very light position. The nice thing about this trade is we can hold it down, you know, for like 50 ticks below this order block if we want, or you could hold it up like 45, 40 ticks. I'm probably going to keep mine, since I'm in such a light position, I'm going to keep a 50 tick stop down at 18.254. If I was in a heavier position, I would not have that big of a stop. In this trade, but I do like this. I do think longs are going to pump. Now it just depends. Are we going to pump from this 1 minute order block, or are we going to try to retrace down to this 5 minute first? but I really like this 5-minute candle that we formed here. So that's why I'm giving this a shot. And again, it's just going to be a scalp. I'll probably just scalp it up to our premium up here at like 18,283, like 66 ticks. Try to take some profit at about 66 ticks at 18,283. So let's see, we gotta see a bounce come from this level. Gotta see us bounce from this level. I do like that we got that retracement off of this old order block. We started to pump. We formed another order block here. We retraced into that one. Just barely. We might retrace into it a little bit more. That's why I put my stop down below. And again, this is not a huge risk to reward setup. So, you know, if you don't want to take this, I understand. It's closer to like a 1-to-1. It's a little above a 1-to-1. Right, because we're aiming for about 66 ticks here. And either what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my whole position at 66 ticks and just do a complete scalp, or price is going to come down into that 5-minute, like I said before. Let's see, guys. Like I said, very light position, so I'm not worried about taking any losses in this trade, especially because I'm up already a lot, so I'm not risking a lot of my profits. Okay, so I'll probably sell half my position once we hit 66 ticks at 18,283. If we come up and hit 18,283, I'll sell half my position. I'll move my stop to break even. There's that pump. There we go. Look at that, guys. Guys, we already hit a 1-to-1. If you want to sell, we hit a 1-to-1. Look at that perfect pump. I haven't sold yet. I'm waiting for us to get into a premium. But if you guys wanted to sell, we already hit a 1-to-1. You could sell. Might be the smart decision here, seeing that long wick up, or that wick up, and then we came back down. Man, now we're dropping. I didn't even have my mouse. I have a limit sell order at 18,283, so I wasn't even thinking about selling at that point. So, but again, if you guys could have taken your profit there. That was a pretty quick scalp right there. Pretty nice. I mean, we just hit 58 ticks from our entry. That was 58 ticks from our entry right there. Again, I didn't sell anything because I wasn't even thinking about clicking that sell button because it just pumps so hard. So if I get stopped out here, well, that's just a bad beat. That's just a bad beat. Yeah, we look like we're setting up for a big dump here. We're setting up for a big dump here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We still haven't touched up into a premium though. That's that's the one thing. But it looks like we're trying to dump. If we come back up to my break even, I'll probably just get out. Let's go. Yeah, guys, if we come back up to my break even, I'm just gonna get out. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep holding this where my stop's at right now. But it looks like we're setting up for a dump. Again, the only reason I'm like, we still didn't come up to a premium, but after seeing that 5-minute there, yeah, we're gonna dump. We are gonna dump. If you guys just want to get out, if you didn't sell, you could just get out here. You know, cut your losses. I'm thinking about just cutting my losses here. I just want to see if we can come back up to my break even. If we come back up to my break even, I'll just get out. Although that wick on the 1 minute looks pretty nice. I'm thinking about just cutting my loss here. I just cut my loss, guys. I just got out. Okay? I just got out. Okay? Which is crazy that I lost that trade. Oh well. Oh well. I only lost a few ticks on that, so I'm alright. Again, I know a lot of you guys probably just took profit once we pumped like that, so that's solid. I really was expecting us to come at least up into a premium. We almost did, and we just didn't. But now I'm thinking shorts, guys. Now I'm thinking shorts. Now I'm thinking, definitely thinking shorts. We're trying to form a breaker, high, low, higher, high on the 1 minute. Again, guys, 1 minute isn't the most solid confirmation for breakers, but it's more aggressive. So if we come down and displace this low, I'll then look for shorts. Again, we're still on the 1 minute. We look like we're struggling to drop, but if we see this 5 minute, we just grab liquidity really quick and then dropped. I'm not in short right now. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I still want to see the break of structure. I still want to see the break of structure here. Again, guys, because we still haven't touched a premium yet. We still haven't touched a premium, so that's why I'm waiting right now. But even if we do pump and go up to a premium, I'm okay. Like, I don't mind. I wanted to cut my losses on that after seeing that aggressive liquidity grab. I just wanted to cut my losses and not even give it a chance to take out my full stop. And that's what risk management is all about, guys. You got to adjust. You got to adjust. If you don't take profit, like I didn't take profit there, so I just adjusted my plan. Five-minute close, looking pretty bearish there. Five-minute are respecting. I really do think shorts are going to step in. See what our risk management would look like here. I just want to be careful, guys. I don't want to get in a short position and then we end up coming up and stopping, or grabbing liquidity one more time. Just because we still have not touched into a premium. And I definitely thought we were going to go up to a premium. But if we start to drop from here, I'll probably take more of an aggressive entry on the shorts. And again, I would wait for that to happen because this 1 minute still looks pretty bullish right now. The 1 minute looks bullish. The 5 and the 15 still look bearish. Let's see what happens. So we're just still sitting in this little consolidation range. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about getting a short entry. I'm just waiting to see if we retrace a little bit more and try to we do go up into the premium, but right now it looks like we're trying to just get a little fake out and then shorts will come in. Okay, I just got an entry in the shorts, guys. I just got an entry in the shorts. I just got my first entry, half the lot, 18.26275. And I'm going to keep my stop up here at like 40 ticks. 40 ticks at 18.27275. There we go. That was a good entry right there. That was a good entry. Targeting. Honestly, this is where I would expect the shorts to really come back in. So, I mean, the 5 minute is interesting. We could target the 5 minute as our first TP. Which is right here. Which, that's the issue, is it's not very much reward, so I would probably just hold this down to like consequent encroachment of the 5 minute, more like 70 ticks. So guys, this is aggressive because I didn't wait for displacement of this low, so we haven't gotten the break of structure yet. So this is a much more aggressive entry for me. Okay, so if you don't like the aggressive entries, you could stay out of this trade. I'm going to look for us to come down to this 1 minute, into this 5 minute. Okay, and my reasoning is that liquidity sweep on the 5, strong liquidity sweep on the 5, but now we're just showing weakness. And this is what I said, guys. It's more aggressive because we didn't wait for a break of structure. and we still have a premium up here, so this is a much more aggressive trade entry than I normally take. And again, this is what I mean. We didn't get that break of structure, so we look like we might still try to head up and grab that, come up to our premium. I don't like this 5-minute candle, but 40 ticks with half a lot right now. 40 ticks with half a lot. Not too worried here. Just an aggressive trade entry, so I'm about to get stopped out at 40 ticks. Oh, okay. All right. So now we're going for a premium, of course. Now we're going for the premium, obviously. So that's an example of an aggressive entry where I didn't wait for that confirmation of a break of structure. Okay, which I was fine with not waiting for confirmation on that trade. Like I said, I was okay with that because of that 5-minute and 15-minute liquidity sweep that we had. Very aggressive. But I did say, guys, we still have potential to try to run up to a premium up to VWAP. Okay, so I did say that. I did warn you. I did warn you. So we're still like accumulating right now. So now I'm gonna kind of wait. I'm gonna wait. We might really pump up to this level up here. Okay, this 15-minute has 5 more minutes. We'll see if we respect this fair value gap here or if we're going to pump up into this one. The 5-minute just disrespected this fair value gap down here, so we might pump up to this one up here. So let's see what happens. See what happens here. And you guys aren't used to seeing me take aggressive entries like that, huh? I normally don't, but I did like that setup after the liquidity sweep. Let's see, longs look pretty good for now. This bounce off this, we do have this 5-minute order block. We might see us bounce all the way up. Longs might come in up to this level. So you could scalp the longs again from this level, assuming that we're going to get a bounce from this 5-minute order block, which looks like we're trying to do right now. And you could try to scalp it up to this premium. Up to VWAP. Not a bad trade. Not a bad trade. I don't know if I'm going to take it, but you could have decent risk management on this one, actually. It's just not, it doesn't offer a lot of reward is the issue. This trade doesn't offer a lot of reward unless, look at that. Yeah, so there's that pump. Okay, so that makes sense off that 5-minute. There's that bounce off that 5-minute order block. So now we just touched into a premium, guys. Now we have VWAP getting hit. So yeah, I should have just kept my original trade, huh? Look at that pump. I should have just kept my, if I would have just kept my original trade, I would have I still would have been, I would have just made bank. Oh well, it's okay. But this, yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This is why my short entry was aggressive, because I didn't wait for that confirmation of break of structure. I didn't wait for us to come up into a premium. Okay, so now we see, now we're filling more of that breaker. Let's see if we do bounce from VWAP. We now touch into a premium. So we've got 2 minutes left on this 5. We'll see if we keep pumping or if we're going to drop now. Yeah, should have just kept my original longs in there. Wouldn't have even gotten stopped out. Oh well. Hindsight 2020 there. But if you did get this trade that I just said, if you got that long entry like I was talking about, Definitely probably would have sold if I was in this trade. I would have sold probably half of my profit at this point, or half of my position. Just because we're at the top, we're aiming for the top of this breaker here, so we're now on a premium. So there's definitely potential for us to bounce now, for us to drop. If we drop on this 5 minute and close below VWAP, I will start to look for shorts. But other than that, we still look very bullish here, so I'm going to wait on that for now. So these 15 minute and 5 minute are going to be key here. They close in about 40 seconds. So we're going to see. Do they drop, close below VWAP? Do we start to see that reversal step in? All right, do we start to see a power of 3? Because look at, we accumulate, manipulate, and if we distribute, if we get distribution down, this will be a power of 3 setup. We could see shorts really step in from here. Look at that, guys. Look how that 5 minute is respecting VWAP here. Look at that. We come up, we fill some of this fair value gap, respect VWAP, the 15 and the 5 minute. So now we see if we drop. Does Trader Joe just not speak? I don't think you have your volume on. I don't think Mr. A10P has their volume on. Guys, this is a very key level here. We're either going to see a really aggressive drop, we're either going to see a very aggressive drop, or we're going to see pump off this 1 minute fair value gap. I want to see the aggressive drop from this level. I really want to see an aggressive drop. There it is. Now we're starting to see that drop, guys. This is exactly what I was talking about. So yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I should have kept my longs in there until we came up to a premium, and then waited for and then sold up at VWAP, right? And then caught the drop. Okay, so that's hindsight, and that's what I learned. Okay, I try to get aggressive down here. Try to take an aggressive entry without the break of structure, and that happens. Okay, that happens. But now this is exactly what I was talking about. What I expected to happen. We'll see if we still drop. I mean, there's still potential to run. But what I want to see happen is I want to see us start to fall now. I want to see price start to fall from this level. We've come up into a premium. We bounced off of VWAP on our 5 and 15 minute. I would want to see a drop. Okay, like I said, there's still potential to keep running, but ideally, I want to see price start to drop. Because then we'll have a perfect power of 3 setup here. Did anybody get in those longs that I was talking about when we were right here? I hope some people caught that scalp. The only issue for me on that, guys, is it didn't offer a ton of risk to reward. It didn't offer a lot of reward for my risk. But still, I mean, it was a good setup. We saw a bounce from the 5 minute bullish order block. Pretty solid setup. We still had a target. We still had premium. So, I mean, I hope you guys caught that pretty solid entry. So now at this point, guys, I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to see if we're going to get that drop. If we're going to try to take out these lows. And we'll see shortly. And obviously, now I'm going to be a little more conservative because we're still very bullish here. Okay, we're still very bullish, so I'm not going to just try to hop in the shorts here just because we're at VWAP. Right, we still have very bullish structure. If we do push above VWAP, I do think we could really try to push up higher. We could really try to push up higher if we push above VWAP. But this is a strong resistance level. We're in that 15 and 5 minute breaker that we saw a strong reaction off of before. We do have this power of 3, possible setup. So I would, personally, if I was in this trade, I probably would have gotten out completely by this point. Or even if I was holding the runners, I would have my stop into profit. Yeah, there you go. Do you think it's going to go into that 5 minute fair value gap first? Well, I think we're going to get an aggressive drop, guys. I mean, if we think about it, we're still bearish overall on the day. Pretty dead even though. I mean, we did get a strong bounce from that 4 hour. I do want to see us eventually come back down. But we need to see a bounce from this level. If we're going to drop, we got to see a bounce from here. We got to see a drop from here. This is a very key area here. Very key level. Now, ES hasn't touched up into that 15 minute breaker yet, but ES is at VWAP. So ES is lagging a little bit behind, but still looks like this is also a level on ES where we could drop from. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. That 5 minute still closed below, but look how we're trying to form another 5 minute order block here. Yeah, guys, this is just not the point where I want to just hop in the shorts because we still have such strong bullish structure. We just formed like a 5 minute. We're trying to form this 5 minute order block. So, yeah, I still don't like the shorts yet. We're at that point where I'd want to see the shorts come in, but just not yet. We do have a lot of sell side now. You can see we formed all this sell side down here. Look at all these equal lows down here, right? So ideally, to see that reversal, would be nice to see if we did come up and grab this liquidity first and form a little 1 minute breaker. That would be nice to see, but we'll find out. This could be a strong 5 minute order block here if we're gonna continue to the longs. But like, this is one of those times where I'm like, I don't want to long this because we're at the top. We're in a strong resistance level, but I also want to wait for shorts. I want to wait for that break of structure for me to get in the shorts, right? So I'm kind of in between right now. Kind of in between, kind of waiting. I'm not in any position right now. No, I'm not in any position. Being patient right now. Gonna wait for the setup. But again, this is that ideal 15 minute reversal or sorry, lunchtime reversal that we saw. Bounce off the 4 hour, come up into a premium. No, I did not. I'm not in right now. So ideally, we came up into this 15-minute bearish breaker, come up back into a premium. I would want to see shorts come back in all the way back down to that 4 hour. That would be my ideal setup here for the shorts. But some things need to happen first. Some things would need to happen first for these shorts to come back in. We're obviously dying down in volume. We're like almost midway point of lunch right now. But I do like how we died at this level. Just want to see that 5 minute come back down. This 5 minute looks like it's trying to close above VWAP here. Showing a lot of strength, so yeah, that's a strong bullish candle off that 5 minute order block. But we're just chopping right now. We're just chopping. It's that lunchtime chop. Yeah, I honestly didn't even expect this much movement before CPI. You know, I thought we might get another kind of choppy day, right? Just setting up for CPI, but nope, we're moving today. We're moving. Very volatile day. But it also offers a lot of reward. But like I said, you got to time your trades pretty perfectly on a day like today when we're moving so far, so many ticks in like in a few seconds, right? Yeah, in a few seconds. So and the one thing, guys, here's what like my thought process is like. On a day, on like, let's just use our session as an example right now. Okay, we're seeing those longs still going. Those longs are still pumping. If you're still holding them, I would think about, you know, maybe taking a few more contracts off. But we look like we're still trying to pump here. Kind of looks like a market maker buy model. Smart money reversal down here. We continue to pump. So yeah, if we disrespect this 15-minute bearish breaker, then we definitely could come all the way up, all the way back up to these highs, right? So if we close above, we definitely could push up all the way to this 15-minute order block. For sure. Again, like I said, it would be ideal if the shorts are going to come back in it. This would be the ideal time where we go to the top of the breaker, we form a 1 minute bearish breaker block at the top of a 15-minute bearish breaker, like what we're trying to do right now. All right, this would be our bearish breaker. So this would be my ideal setup here, is having this a 1 minute breaker form, get a breaker structure. The 15-minute still closes below VWAP. Like this is solid right here. This is what I want to see. Because then if we come down and break structure, market structure shift, and we trade back up into this breaker, that's when I would look to take it short all the way back down to these lows. Okay, but if this 15-minute wants to pump and we close above this breaker on the 15-minute, like I said, I think we could go all the way up to that bearish order block on the 15. But we're starting to look like we're trying to form this breaker here. We're now below VWAP again. And look at that 15-minute candle. Came up, grabbed liquidity, filled to the top of the breaker, and got an aggressive drop. So if we come down, we displace this low, we trade back up into this breaker. I'm going to take it short all the way down to these lows. Possibly farther, right? But I'm going to wait for that confirmation. I'm going to wait for that displacement. I'm going to wait for that break of structure. And if price just drops and doesn't give me an opportunity, that's fine. I won't get in anything. If I don't get any opportunity, I won't have FOMO. It is what it is. I'm waiting for my setup, and if I don't get my setup, then I won't take anything. Okay, this 15-minute has about 40 seconds left, so we'll see. We need to see that drop happen pretty soon. But this candle on the 15-minute looks pretty nice in terms of a reversal back to the shorts. About 20 seconds left. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're starting to look good here. We're starting to look good here. So now we need to see this low displace down here. I like that 15-minute wicked all the way up. Grab liquidity, close back down below VWAP. So now what I'm expecting is I have a lot of confluence now. Okay, we came up into a premium. We came up into our breaker. Liquidity grab, trying to form a 1-minute breaker inside of the 15. So, but I still won't take anything until we displace this low. If we don't displace this low, I'm not going to get in any short position. Because we still haven't broken structure yet, guys. We still have not had a break of structure. It's good to see these bounces off of VWAP, and if you're trying to be really aggressive, you could try to short this from here, and you could catch more of a reward, right? But you're also, it's a little risky because where are you going to place your stop? Where are you going to place your stop if you get an entry here? It's risky. I mean, you could keep it up at the top here, you know, for like 50, 60 ticks, that's fine. But for me, I'm going to wait, especially after not waiting for the break of structure over here. I really want to wait for that break of structure down here just to give me that extra confirmation. Because this could be a trade that offers a lot of reward for minimal risk. I'm up about $700 right now. So I was up 1,000, so I risked about 300, which is more than I like to risk. But again, I'm in light, and I was fine with taking that risk because, you know, I really like the setup. And guys, even if I finish the day up 500, that's still good with me. That's still good with me. I'm trading props right now. So I'm trading 2 props. That's what I'm doing, and I'm just copy trading right now. We'll see, guys. We're still not getting that. We're still not getting that reversal or that break of structure. So it's lunchtime. We might see us chop for a little bit. Man. 15 minutes. Still looking bullish here. Wow, we're really pumping. We are really trying to pump here. Yeah, this is the exact setup I'm talking about. The 15-minute unicorn here. This is that unicorn right here that I'm talking about, but I was waiting for a break of structure to the downside. I'm not going to short until I see that happen. I will not take a short until I see a break of structure. Because if we don't get that break of structure, price could really pump all the way up to this 15-minute order block up here. Yeah, I'm looking for break of structure on the 1 minute just because we have this, we are trying to form this 1 minute breaker. I think it's called a unicorn because it's so special. Because it's such a good entry model. No, I don't know. I don't know the exact reason he calls it that. I don't even know. I just learned it. I just learned it and used to and learned how to capitalize on it. Yeah, so I mean we're still trying to pump here. I don't know if I'll take anything else right now, guys. But longs, I mean longs are still looking good for now. Longs are still looking good. They, you know, they might try to fill this whole gap. They might try to come up to this order block up here. If this 15-minute, as long as this 15-minute displaces this breaker, if the 15-minute still respects this breaker and starts to come back down, then that's one thing. But if this 15-minute closes in the next like 10 minutes above, then I do think price has potential to come all the way back up to this order block. Yeah, this is some interesting price action here. Again, now we've created more equal lows here, equal lows here. So we're creating a lot of internal liquidity. A lot of internal sell side liquidity. Yeah, a lot of fake outs. Confluence, yeah, so a few, yeah, break of structure, which would also be the displacement, right? Seeing the candle close below the wick. Looking at ES, seeing if there is divergence, right? If there's divergence between the two, or seeing the other reason, guys, like I talked about earlier, ES still never made it to that breaker, so that's another reason why we could have kept pumping, because ES is still trying to make it up to that breaker, like in Q, right? So that that could be one reason we're still trying to pump. But yeah, those are a few of my main confluences in my trades. And then obviously my higher time frame analysis, right? So looking at my 4 hour, my 1 hour, my daily. If we look at the 4 hour over here, obviously the 4 hour looks pretty bullish because we came down all the way down to the 4 hour and then just started to pump. But overall, we're still in this 4 hour bearish imbalance, right? We do have sell side up here, so we could try to pump for that sell side. If we're going to keep pumping, I think we'll go for that sell side, or for that buy side up here. We also have a 1 hour breaker. High, low, higher, high up here. With this is the 1 hour breaker unicorn, actually. So this is why I still like shorts overall. I still like shorts overall. Because we still haven't disrespected the 15-minute breaker. I just formed another breaker here. If we come down below this low. Alright, and like I always say, the 1 minute is not enough confirmation for me. The 1 minute is not enough confirmation for me. Alright, that's why I'm looking constantly at the 5 and the 15. And I'm looking constantly at the 1 hour, the 4 hour, right? Because I'm trying to get that confluence on multiple time frames. I'm not just blindly taking trades based off of the 1 minute. The 1 minute shows me things, but I'm not only going to take trades based off the 1 minute time frame. Because the 1 minute, you're going to have a lot of fake outs on here. A lot of fake outs on the 1 minute time frame. So that's why I'm always looking at these higher time frames, you know, to try to really get my analysis on point. So we're still struggling to push through this breaker. And the 5 minute still looks bullish. 5 minutes still looks like it's going to bounce off this order block and try to pump. The 15 minute doesn't look as bullish. The 5 minute does. The 1 minute obviously still looks bullish. But I'm not going to take longs right now just because we're at the top of this level. We're at the top of this resistance level. I don't want to take longs currently. But again, like I said, the longs could really step in. This 5 minute looks very bullish off this order block. We might see us try to push all the way up to this level up here. But yeah, I mean, I'll just continue to be patient. I'm not going to risk any more profit if I don't need to. If I don't see my setups. If I don't see my setups, I will not risk any more of my profits. To me, there's no point in doing that. I'd rather wait for confirmation. And I could sit here as long as I want and not have to force any trades, right? Could sit here as long as I want and not force any trades. Just a lot of fake outs going on here. A lot of fake outs. I know a lot of people don't like to wait a long time. They like to hop in their trades. They like to rush it. But if you learn anything from my sessions, I hope you learn that patience is one of the most important factors in trading. If you learn anything from my sessions, doing this can very easily change the way you trade. It's the reason, and I know I say this a lot, but the reason that people say that trading is gambling is because a lot of people do make it gambling. Because it can be gambling, because people will come on, they won't do their full analysis. They'll rush into trades. They'll click buy, sell, without even understanding really what the market's doing. And that's when it truly is gambling. It is. At that point, it's pretty much the same thing as going and playing roulette. But if you actually take the time to study and learn these markets and learn how to trade, and then you can build that mental discipline of sitting here for how long have we been sitting here? Almost 2 hours. And yeah, we've taken 2 trades, right? But they were good risk management setups. I liked the setups, and that's why I took them. But ever since that last one, I haven't taken a trade in a long time. Because I understand that why put more risk into the market if I don't see an A+ setup, if I don't see my ideal setup? Why just take dumb trades? At the end of the day, we have how many days of trading in the year? Like 250 days of trading every single year. Like, you could, if you actually learn the patience, and you can get it to where you are taking the right high probability setups to where maybe you're winning 3 out of the 5 days of the week, and you do that for 250 days, and you're winning 3 times a week at least, then you should be profitable, right? You should be. If you're not, if you're taking a few trades a day that are the right trades, you should end up being profitable at some point. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, guys. Like, there's always tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. If you don't see your setup today, there's always tomorrow. The market will still be there. Yeah, exactly. No tomorrow if you blow your account. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, these longs still looking like they're trying to step in. So I don't hate the longs from here, but we're just chopping too much right now for me to get any entries. This 15-minute is about to close. We'll see if this 15-minute closes above the breaker, or if not. Again, if we don't see anything soon, I'll probably just hop off, and because the more time you're looking for a trade, you're just putting yourself in that mindset that you have to take a trade sometimes, right? So sometimes it's better to just kind of hop off your charts, just kind of get your mind out of the idea of needing to take a trade, and just kind of moving on and coming back later just to do your studying, right? Yeah, exactly. DC Morenos, you're on top of it. That's it's a good decision. Alright, 15 minutes still closed inside of the breaker, but we're just not doing anything, guys. And obviously it's lunch, so we're not seeing a lot of volume like we normally would. But yeah, so I think I might call it here. But if, say we start to pick up volume in the next 20-30 minutes after lunch, I'll come back on and I'll still look for setups. But even if I don't take any more trades today, I'm still up just about $700. Just about $700, so I'm not worried. I don't need to take any more trades. And even if you are, like, you got to have that limit of how many trades do I want to lose before I'm done? How many trades do I want to win before I'm done? How much profit do I want to have before I'm done? Or you just got to start thinking about it that way. That way you're not stuck on the computer all day and you don't have any limit of how much you're willing to lose or of how many trades you want to take before you're done. That's when you get caught in over trading. It was 15-minute. Okay, so I'll leave you with this. We're going to see one of two things here. Wow, we might actually get that break of structure now. We might get that break of structure here. I might actually stay on for a minute because we're starting to see volume pick up. So we would have to see us try to push down and close below this low here and not get a bounce off of this order block. So we're gonna do one of two things. This is what I believe will happen, right? Either we're gonna bounce off this 15 and 5-minute order block and we're gonna pump all the way up to this 15 up here, or we're gonna push down and we're gonna close below and break structure to the downside, and then we're gonna drop all the way back down. We're gonna try to take out sell side liquidity here, maybe even all the way down to this level down here. So those are like the targets that I would be looking for. Again, we formed a 5-minute. We have this strong 5-minute order block, strong 15-minute order block, but we did still close respecting this breaker. So yeah, I should have said I was getting up earlier, right? Yeah, I probably still will get off, guys. We're not seeing that. We haven't seen that follow through yet. But this is what I'm going to look for, guys, and I'm going to call it out right now. If I do hop off and we do come down and break structure here and form this breaker on the 1 minute, and we retrace up into the breaker, I'll probably look for shorts. And I'll probably try to catch them down to this low here. Down to the sell side liquidity at like 18,254.50. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. If we continue to bounce, obviously I'll think about longs, but I'm not really worried about taking any more trades unless I really see this. If I see the short setup, I'll look for it. Other than that, I'm not really looking for anything. But again, just be mindful of if we get this bounce from this order block, we could pump all the way up to this level up here. This 15-minute order block up at like 18.33125, right? So those are that's what I'll leave you with here. Those are the levels I'm looking for on buy side and sell side. Alright guys, but I'm going to hop off here. I enjoy you guys a lot. I enjoy our conversations. Thanks for being here. Appreciate everybody that joins up. We're getting 1% better every day, right? Remember to focus on that patience. Focus on your mental and physical health. Don't hop off yet. What, you think it's going to drop? We might. We'll see. Do not hop off. Wow. And you guys really want me to stay, huh? Well, I'm gonna have to take a quick little bathroom break real quick. We're still not getting too much good price action. All right, since the overall consensus I'm seeing is that you guys want me to stay, I'm gonna take a quick break, just a few minutes, and then I'll come right back. All right. All right, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, look at that. We're dropping. We're dropping. Oh, I feel like Danny right now. Yeah, I gotta start leaving more often. Okay, so this is nice, guys. Look at that 15-minute time frame. That is nice. Still gonna wait for displacement. If you're aggressive and you really think these shorts are coming in, you could get an entry off of the VWAP off this order block here. This 1 minute order block, if you're gonna be aggressive and not wait for that break of structure, you could take it short off this order block right here. I'm gonna be patient. I've already waited this long, right? I'm gonna wait for that break of structure. I want that extra confluence here. I mean, look at that. Nice little drop there. There it is. There she goes. There she goes. Like I said. Now I'm waiting for that close below. I'm waiting for that close below. If you got that short entry, you're chilling. Wow. Wow. I should have got that short entry. No FOMO. Wow. Who got an entry? Who got an entry? Nice. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Look, our first standard deviation is down here. What is that price? Like 26125. I mean, if you got an entry up here, guys, you definitely should take some profit at this point. You probably hit close to 100 ticks here. Now I have a lot of confidence in this trade. So if we do come back up into this level, I'm going to short it. I'm going to short it all the way down to this level here. But I'll wait for that, okay? I will wait for that. But if you're in this trade already, man, keep holding this. Keep holding this. We're going to probably come all the way down to these lows here. Told you. Told you. Told you. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, our analysis has been pretty solid today, guys. Analysis has been pretty solid. Yeah, I was like I was like, you know what, I might get an entry off this order block. I was just thinking about it. I didn't do it. Boom. Oh well. Oh well. I'm still waiting, guys. If we come back up into this, level, man, I'll get back. I'll get in the shorts. But we look like we're just trying to dump here. We might just keep dropping. We might keep dropping. So we have this liquidity level. We have this liquidity level down here. And then we have our liquidity all the way down here at the 4 hour, right? So we've got some levels. Yeah, it is a good thing I stayed. I think that was a little bit of good luck for us. Right when I left, we started getting a bunch of volume. And then our trade played out. Except I didn't even get an entry. And I know, I did want to hop off. How could I? Bathroom break again. No, but then I'm going to miss out on the trade. Okay, maybe I'll have to. We'll see. Maybe I'll set my limit order. Okay, here. I'm going to set my limit order. And then I'll take another break. I'm going to set my entry order for 18.27825 if we enter back into that breaker. And then I would keep my stop up at VWAP at like 40 ticks. But I don't even know if we're going to go up that far. Up back to the breaker. We might just keep dropping from here. We'll see. I'm going to put my stop at 18. I'll give it a little bit of room, like 45 ticks. So I put my stop at 18.289.50. Alright, I'm going to take a break. I'm taking another break. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back. I just sat down looking back at my chart. What I would be careful of here, I still think shorts are going to come in. So we're just generating more liquidity down here on the sell side. But I do think we could actually pump, because look how we created these equal highs up at this fair value gap up near the breaker. So I do think we could pump up to this breaker, and that's why I'm waiting for my entry. If we pump up to this up here, that's when I'll be in short. And then that's when I do think we have potential to really drop. I mean, we could still drop from this level, but after forming these equal highs right below a break, or right below a fair value gap, that's the ideal entry, and we just generated more liquidity here. The shorts look awesome. I do think we're gonna get that aggressive drop once we come back up to here. So I'll get my entry once we are back into this level, and I might get an entry if we touch into this fair value gap. Either that, or I'll wait for us to enter into the breaker. We'll see here. We'll see here. I mean, this is like my favorite thing ever, is when I already have my short bias and then I see us generate more internal liquidity on the sell side like this with all these equal lows, and then we pump. Oh my god. Excuse my language. We don't have news, do we? I don't think we do. I haven't seen any news. What news do we have? We have yield? Huh. Okay, well, another sell side grab. Sell side grab there. We have that 5-minute fair value gap as well here. Still like the shorts overall. So let's see what happens. That was an aggressive pump. I'd want to see us. I don't like that we grabbed sell side already. I wanted to see us come up first and then come down and grab it. But I'll still look for shorts if we come up into this breaker. I will. I mean, 15 minute, guys. 15 minutes still looks great. 15 minutes still looks great. 5-minute, we're bouncing off of that 5-minute OB, and we did touch into the 5-minute bullish fair value gap. That's the one thing I'm looking at right now. But let's see if we come up. If we come up into this breaker, I'll be looking for shorts. Again, the more aggressive entry would be off this 1-minute fair value gap, which I might look to get in short actually if we see more of a reaction off that fair value gap. I'd look to get in short, but I still think we might pump up into this breaker here. Just remember, guys, longs could step in just because we touched into that bullish 5-minute bullish and we're bouncing off that bullish order block here. We do have this bearish fair value gap in the 15-minute. Wow, I haven't got an entry yet, guys. That's too aggressive of a pump for me to get an entry yet. But if we start to see a reaction off this level, I'll get in short. But if we're going to see this really aggressive pump, I'm not going to get a short entry. But if we start to see stalling, I'll get in the shorts. Alright, I just got a short entry there. It's, you know, I don't like that we're being this bullish, but I do want to see if we get a reaction off this breaker and come back down to sell side. Just because, look at this 5-minute fair value gap here. 15-minute order block. You know, we might pump up a little bit higher. Again, I don't love this entry as much, just because we still are being aggressive to the upside. I'm going to keep my stop at 50 ticks up here above VWAP 18289. Yeah, I don't love this entry here, guys. I don't love this entry. I need to see a strong reaction off this level here, because we're pumping kind of aggressively. We're pumping a little aggressive right now. Got to see reaction off this 5 minute here. I want to see this 5 minute respected. Yeah, there it is. That's unfortunate there. That was just a bad entry there. That was just a bad entry. We pumped so aggressively on that. Why'd you guys make me stay? Yep, it took the sell side. I mean, we came up for that buy side. We're back at VWAP. We closed above the 1 minute breaker, which I don't like. But we're back into this order block here. It was quick. It was quick, that's for sure. Let's see. I mean, the 5 minutes still could respect this fair value gap. We'll see. But yeah, after that sell side grab, that's what I didn't want to see. Too aggressive. Too aggressive. I probably should have waited a little bit more for a little bit more of a reaction. We could see buys come up at least to these highs for sure. We could see it. See how the 15 minutes looking. I do want to see how this 5 minute closes. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. This 5 minute looks like that sell side liquidity grab. Touching into the 5 minute bullish fair value gap. We'll see. We're stalling a lot here at VWAP. And we're still in the 15 minute breaker. I want to see how this 5 minute closes in the next minute. If this 5 minute closes inside, we definitely could see us still drop from here, but if not, we might pump for buy side levels. Yeah, it was this sell side grab right here is what did it. We are in an hourly bearish breaker, but yeah, I mean longs still look good from here, guys. So longs might pump up to this high. Just disrespected that 5 minute, closed above VWAP. Let's see what happens here. Interesting price action. Interesting. And here's what I mean on the 1 hour. We have this high, low. I know there's a lot of craziness over here. High, low, higher, high. Displacement of the low. So we have a 1 hour breaker here, but it does go all the way up to this level. 1 hour unicorn. Now we're starting to get that drop. It's a nice bounce from this 15-minute order block, I will say, but yeah, I probably won't take anything else right now. I don't really like anything else currently. I mean, shorts are still looking like they're trying to push down, but now we have some more buy side levels that price could target. I do like this reaction on the 15-minute off this 15-minute order block. But again, after that sell side grab down here and 5-minute fair value gap bounce, I just don't want to get faked out here. You won't. So are you in the shorts, Fate? Got in at the start of the 5-minute candle. Okay. And what was your reasoning? What was your reasoning? You got your stop loss on break even. That's good. And I do still like these. I do still like the possibility of the shorts. Momentum trader. Okay, I see. I see. See, we formed this little 1-minute bearish OB right at VWAP. If we were going to bounce, we would bounce here. If not, like I said, we have some buy side here, some buy side here. We still have a lot of potential in these shorts. Let's see how this 5-minute closes. See how this 5-minute closes. Five-minute looks pretty bearish here. I like the shorts. Let's see what our risk is. Okay, I just got into the shorts. This is going to be my last trade here. It's going to be my last trade. I like that we just bounced off this 1-minute order block and we formed this 1-minute order block. We still have sell side down here. We're still in our 15-minute breaker. Our 5-minute looks pretty bearish. Okay, so my first target would be down at these lows. My stop, so my entry was pretty low. It's at like 7.6, 7.625. Very low entry, but I can keep a stop just around VWAP, just above this high at like 42 ticks. I don't want to be too greedy on this, so I might look to, let's see where I'd want to sell half. 43 tick stop, so we just hit 30 ticks. Let's look at the 5-minute. I do want us to target this low, this sell side down here. I do want us to target this low down here, but you know, that's like 100 ticks. So that's where I have my first TP right now. It's all the way to 100 ticks, but again, I think I just had a bad lag on Tradovate just now. Just had a really bad lag. I like that we formed this little fair value gap here. We have this order block, so I still like the structure. Let's see, I might just, if we do hit a 1-to-1, or if we do hit like 50 ticks, I might look to just take out some of my position. This will be my last trade of the day here. This is going to be it for me. Okay, we're back in that fair value gap. We're back in that 1-minute order block there. Good bounce so far off that level. That's the bounce I want to see off that level. Again, that could have been a good add. It is around break even. I don't really want to add to my position right now. I just kind of want to let this ride. Man, we got to see a drop from here. We got to see reaction off this order block. If we do get a strong bounce, I will add. Just because it is around my break even. But we're still trying to kind of pump through. Okay, we have to see a bounce from here. We have this 1-minute fair value gap, this order block. I just don't like that 5-minute wick. I don't love that 5-minute wick. So I mean, we're sitting just like around right below break even here. The 1-minute looks great. The 1-minute looks great. The only thing that I don't like are our 5 and our 15-minute right now. I need to see follow through on the 5 and the 15-minute. So the 1-minute looks great. So you know, I'll probably look to take some profit down around 50 ticks, scale out of some of my position down here, and then keep holding to the lows. Man, we're not getting that momentum stepping in here. We're still respecting this level though. We're still respecting our order block. We're still respecting our fair value gap. Again, we're just sitting around break even here. So, you know, you want to cut your risk. You can always get out here. You can always get out at break even. You want to cut your risk. I want to hold this trade just because we're still respecting our levels. And we still have this sell side down here. Let's see that drop. See that drop. We gotta displace this low. We gotta come down and displace this low here. This low right here, we have to come down and take it out. Man, bulls are really trying to step in. Bulls are really trying to step in here. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Well, I'm out. I'm gonna call it a day. That was just rough. That was rough. I'm done. I am done. That's more trades than I typically like to take. That is more trades than I like to take. More trades than I like to take, so I think I'm going to call it there. We had potential setups. We took them. We took them. Just didn't end up working out. Didn't end up working out for us. Yeah, guys, so, alright, I'm going to be done for the day. I'm going to call it there. I'm not going to take any more trades. Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Alright, we can't win everyone. We can't win every day. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for sticking around. Still enjoyed this session. We still did a lot of learning. Did a lot of reading of price action. I mean, we've been on here for like 2.5 hours now, something like that. Yeah, guys, so stay safe today. Enjoy your Tuesday. Alright, I'll take my losses and I'll call it. I'll cut it here. Well, yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll kill it. Alright, appreciate you all. Trade smart. Take care of those accounts. Take care of yourself. Hop off the screen for a little bit. We'll get our mind back, right? We'll get it. All right, guys. I'll catch you all later. Peace.